Good afternoon, everyone. I am Mackenzie Long, and it is my privilege to welcome you to the 147th Logansport High School Commencement Exercises and to celebrate the Logansport High School graduating class of 2018. Now, please rise for the Star-Spangled Banner as played by the Logansport High School Band under the direction of Mr. Ned Boyd and sung by seniors Emily Justice and Alex Starkey. And then please remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance led by Kathy Palmacott.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good afternoon. On behalf of the faculty and staff of Logansport High School, I welcome you to our commencement ceremony. I would like to thank and congratulate all of our parents, family members, and visitors who are here today. By being here, this is just one of the many examples of the love and support that you have shown each one of these 266 students earning their diplomas today. This is a day of celebration, a celebration of accomplishment. The members of the class of 2018 have worked hard in all aspects of school and prepared themselves to be college and career ready as they take the next step beyond the walls of LHS. This afternoon is their day, so let's join together and honor them, the graduating seniors of the class of 2018. At this time, I would like to introduce several special guests today. First, our school superintendent, Mrs. Michelle Starkey. Our members of the School Board of Trustees, President, Mr. Scott Crowd. Vice President, Mr. Bill Cuppy. Secretary, Mr. Milt Hess. Member, Mr. Dave McClure. And member, Mr. Mike McCord could not be here as he is attending a relative's graduation out of town, but he gives his congratulations. Please join me in thanking them for their dedication to our children and our community. I would also like to thank senior class sponsor, Ms. Stacy St. Clair, and the rest of the teachers and support staff of our feeder schools in Logansport High School who have given so much in preparing our graduates for today. Now the opening statement will be delivered by Mr. Matthew Callisto.
would you please join me in prayer? Lord, we thank you so much for our time here together at Logansport High School. Thank you for our friends, teachers, mentors, family, and loved ones. Fill us with your spirit and guide us with your strength as we follow our dreams and help us to reach our full potential. We pray for your protection to keep us out of harm's way, especially our friends going into the armed services. Teach us compassion, wisdom, and courage to face life's toughest challenges. We ask that you raise up greatness in our lives, greatness in this generation, and a willingness to stand strong and true. In Jesus' name, amen.
I would now like to introduce 1987 graduate in Logansport Berry, our superintendent, Mrs. Michelle Starkey.
Thank you. On behalf of the Logansport Community School Corporation and the Board of Trustees, I would like to welcome you to the 2018 Commencement Ceremony. This day sounded so far away 13 years ago as I heard you addressed as the class of 2018 on your first day of kindergarten. We are extremely proud of all of you here today and all that you have accomplished. You've truly made your mark on not only Logansport High School, but on Logansport Community School Corporation, and are all well prepared to enter the next phase of your life, life after high school. All of you are on the cusp of a new adventure, and your life is about to drastically change. 31 years ago today, I sat in your seat right here in the Berry Bowl, wondering what life would be like in that next phase. While this day is filled with a sense of accomplishment for all of your hard work and effort, and also with excitement about moving on, you do have those feelings of not knowing what the future will hold or what happens next. I know that while many of you may not admit it, you may be uneasy or even frightened about leaving high school, a place where you are quite comfortable and confident, have made many great friends, and know that if you make a mistake, there is a safety net to help you make a better choice the next time around. You know that you are supported, and while we are by no means perfect, we will absolutely always do our best to do what is the best interest of all of our students. I take great pride in what we have to offer to our students in LCSC, and at the top of that list is our staff. They continue to go above and beyond to do what is in the best interest of our students. Every single LCSC staff member plays a critical role on our team and in the lives of our students. They truly take a personal interest in doing everything possible to make sure our students get to this ceremony today. While I believe our students also greatly benefit from the vast array of courses we offer, we also offer our students a variety of ways to become involved and to learn life lessons outside of the academics. Many of these things we cannot measure on any standardized test, but only by the success of our students and how they adapt once they leave us. Many of you will not even realize all that you have learned while here from your parents or loved ones until much later in life. These things really stick with us and make us who we are. Graduates, nothing will ever be the same again. Some days it will be hard to see that life is different, but you'll know that it is. Some days there will be no denying the changes. While today's world doesn't have the same rites of passage as days gone by, high school graduation remains a solid indicator of your transition to adulthood. So I'm going to give you some advice. First of all, don't panic. You may have big dreams about what you want your life to turn out to be, or you may not even have a clue. Either way, it's entirely possible it won't work out the way you thought it would. And that doesn't mean you failed at life. Life is unpredictable, and you will need to learn to go with the flow sooner rather than later. Secondly, Find out what you love. A life fueled by passion is something to be envied. It's also something few people seem to have. There's a world of careers and hobbies out there. Find the one that speaks to you and makes you smile at the thought of it. If you can find a way to make your hobby your job, more power to you. When they say if you do what you love, you'll never work a day in your life, they're incredibly right. The third piece of advice, believe in yourself. If you don't, no one else will. Even if you're making it up as you go, believe you'll not only be okay, but that you'll succeed. Don't let fear of failure hold you back and keep you from trying. It's amazing how far you can go if only you believe you can. And the last but absolute most important piece of advice is always remember, follow the golden rule. Treat others how you want to be treated. Wouldn't the world be a much better place if we all did that? Thank you to all of you in the audience today for sharing your students with us. Graduates, thank you for all of the fond memories and for allowing us to be a part of your lives. We are so very proud of each and every one of you. So from one berry to another, go out there and bury 'em.
Thank you, Mrs. Starkey. The purpose of the Logansport High School Hall of Distinction is to give lasting recognition to graduates who have made an exceptional contributions to the achievements and prestige to our school corporation. Today, we honor one of those individuals, in 1972 graduate Rich Voorhees. Rich began his photography career in 1970 and has gained nationwide reputation for his outstanding creative photography. He attended Winona School of Professional Photography prior to joining Macintosh Studios in Virginia in 1973. Later, he returned to his hometown of Logansport to work in his father's studio. Here are some of his many accolades. Rich has a Master of Photography and Photographic Craftsman degrees. His photographs have received hundreds of local, state, and national awards, including the Fuji and Kodak Gallery Awards, as well as Indiana State Fair Best of Show numerous times. In 1987, Rich was named International Creative Photographer of the Year and presented programs in Great Britain, the Netherlands, and taught seminars in Australia, Japan, Canada, Mexico, and 44 of the 50 states. In 1988, he was named Photographer of the Year in Indiana. He has received the Professional Photographers of America National Award and a 4-time Michiana Photographer of the Year. In 1992, he was featured in Kodak's portrait series of Success Video. His photography has appeared on magazines, books, newspapers, and album covers, and is also included in the International Professional Photography Hall of Fame Honors Collection. He has published 2 books, Rich Voorhees' Idea Book, Volumes 1 and 2, and the Dreams and Vision video series. It is with great honor that I introduce to you the 2018 Logansport High School Hall of Distinction inductee, Mr. Rich Voorhees.
Wow. Thank you, LHS, for this honor. My classmates from the class of 72 are going, but he's just the school photographer. What's going on? But anyhow, when Mr. Jones first told me I was going to receive this honor, it was at the prom, and he came up and I swore that he said Hall of Extinction. And I'm not ready for that yet. Sorry. But anyhow, congratulations, soon-to-be graduates of LHS. It's really exciting to be here with you, as I am every year at graduation. But this year is a little bit more special. You have the next 10 to 15 years in front of you. You'll make a lot of decisions in those 10 and 15 years, but you've already laid the basis for what those decisions are by attending LHS. You'll find out in 40 years that LHS is your family. Everybody here supports you, and you'll be friends with people you never talked to in high school. Seriously. And it is a real treasure to do that. What was I doing when I was sitting in your position in a class of almost 400 back in 1972? You know where I was? Clear back in the back, like 5th from last. It was terrible. When's this ever going to be over with? And we didn't even have air conditioning back then. It was really bad. It was starting to smell a little bit, but anyhow. The thing is I knew what I was going to do. I had a job at Channel 13 waiting on me the next day after graduation, so I moved to Indianapolis and went to work at Channel 13. But as you heard before, I've been doing photography since really the late 60s. And I ended up, photography chose me. I didn't choose photography. Photography chose me. Way back, my parents wanted to get me out of building tree houses when I was a kid. I should have gone into construction, something like that. But I didn't. They took my dad's office and his darkroom in the basement and said, if you quit doing tree houses, you can have that darkroom. And I started getting mentors, other photographers that were here in town that were established photographers, giving me instruction and idea on how to take better pictures. And throughout my whole life, I had great mentors that I looked up to and passed on words of wisdom to me and coached me. And I aimed for them instead of sitting back and just being an average photographer. I wanted to be as good or better than them. And what's really funny is that when you achieve that mark, they're the first ones to be up there to congratulate you. Seriously. They are right there with you. They want to see you grow and expand. So throughout my life, my dad, your dad, he always has words of wisdom. And he had words of wisdom for me all the time. One of them is to learn the accepted ways of doing something, and that gives you the basis of doing anything you want to do. Then he had other little things like, who pays the cost for each day lost? Keep at it, work and achieve every day of your life. Try to get better. A lot of things will change. Change is hard for people, especially these days. We used to be educated in a certain profession and whatever, and knew that we were going to be in that profession the rest of our lives. That's never the case anymore. I look at my profession and I also equate it with the music profession, which I'm employed in also. And it has changed dramatically in the last 5 years. Most of my friends that started or have been with me through photography in the last 30 or 40 years are no longer in photography. They have quit. They're done. You have to change. And change is difficult, but is also rewarding. The reward comes when you take advantage of opportunities that present themselves. And that's why you try and learn as much as you can about whatever interests you. And then when those opportunities present themselves, you take advantage of it. I've done that several times. The first time came when I was going to the International Photography Show in New Orleans. And there was this photographer I idolized. I thought he was the greatest thing. And he lived in France, and he was going to speak. He never spoke. And I wanted to go see him. And 2 days before the conference, phone rings, and it's the president of the International Photography Association. And they say, "You're coming to the conference, right?" "Yeah." "Do you have a show?" "Yes." "Can you bring it?" "Sure." "Okay." Now, I'm going to the conference, and I said, as long as my program doesn't conflict with the gentleman I was going to go see. And they said, "Oh, it won't. No way. He's the headline speaker." "Yeah." And I said, "Oh, okay, so I'll bring my program, and everything will be great." And I've never given a program in an international photography show. And he said, well, that gentleman you wanted to go see, he's not coming. You're going to be the headline speaker at the International Photography Show. That's terrifying. The thing is that I was known as a photographer from the cornfield. Everybody else came from the big city, and they were big and famous and all that. I was a photographer from the cornfield, and I just used that. And I used that all through my whole photography career. My ideas were different than everybody else's. So most of the things that you do in digital photography, if you go back, that's why Kodak came to me. That's why other people came to me. They wanted my ideas because it was all pre-digital. The products that I did here in Logansport let me expand my vision for photography. And they helped me out. All the residents here in town just thought I was a crazy photographer running up and down the streets. Now I have people from other photography studios, young photographers, that go around and they say, hey, are you doing this technique? And I said, yeah. Oh, really? You are? Yeah. I said, I've been doing it most of my life. And they're going, huh? It's new. Be aware of where your ideas come from, though, too. Today, it's really easy for you to pick up things from the internet. And sometimes you have to be aware of who's actually doing the teaching there. Sometimes it's only people that have been in business for 2 years or 2 months. And they're not giving false information. So that goes back to what my dad said. But I've always had mentors pushing me. Taking advantage of situations is also interesting because I've always been in music, and I used to play quite a bit. I played drums, and so I've always identified with music and listened to a lot of different types of music. And one day I'm at a festival, and the president of a record company comes up to me and he says, "Do you want to be on our staff?" And I'm going, "Sure, why not?" So now I get to go to all these concerts and whatever, and I am in the front row or I'm on stage. So if you go to my webpage, you'll see that it says, live life in the front row. When you live life in the front row, you see things that are different. You see things a totally different way. And that's what's exciting about what I'm doing in the photography. Plus, we do an outreach to the communities to make the community better. And that's something that you really should think about. When it's easy to be negative, it's hard to be positive. If you disagree with something, come up with the idea to change that. Negotiation works really, really well. Some people just love to be critical of things. So, but change happens, and that's hard for people. But change is good. So always just keep, thinking positively, using the mentors that you have around you, and be a berry. Contribute to your community, and it will be so much better. So I thank you, okay?
Annually, Logansport High School has many high-achieving students with a 3.5 grade point average or above. In the class of 2018, 70 students accomplished this mark. Now is the time where we honor the top student scholars. To achieve at such a high level, it takes countless hours of studying, dedication, and excellence in the most rigorous courses at LHS. It is my pleasure to be able to recognize our salutatorian and valedictorian. Our second-ranked student is the daughter of Mitch Long and Stephanie Ely, has been involved in student council, key club, sub-debs, volleyball, tennis, and the science and English academic teams. She is the senior class president, a Lilly Endowment finalist, and a student Rotarian. She is the president of the National Honor Society, a member of the Century Career Center Honor Society, and a distinguished scholar. She plans to attend Purdue University and major in radiological health sciences. Please join me in welcoming the Logansport High School salutatorian, Mackenzie Long. Our valedictorian is the son of David and Natalie Callisto. He was a Lilly Endowment finalist and an Indiana Academic All-Star nominee. He is a member of the National Honor Society and a distinguished scholar. He was involved in cross-country, speech team, My Community, My Vision, Student Council, the Boy Scouts, and the Knights of the Holy Temple. He will be attending Purdue University and plans to major in mechanical engineering. Ladies and gentlemen, the Logansport High School valedictorian, Matthew Callisto. Once again, our salutatorian and valedictorian. Now, under the direction of Mr. Tim Cahallen and on piano, Mrs. Susan Cahallen, the LHS Swing Choir will sing The Impossible Dream.
To dream the impossible dream, to fight the unbeatable foe, to bear with unbearable sorrow, to run where the brave dare not go. And the world will be better for this, that one man, scorned and covered with scars, still strove with his last ounce of courage to reach the unreachable stars.
unless worn and covered with scars, still strong with his last ounce of courage to reach the unreachable stars, the unreachable stars, the unreachable stars.
Logansport High School has many long-standing traditions that set it apart and make it unique. For more than 50 years, all LHS seniors have the opportunity to audition before the English department for the chance to speak to their fellow classmates at commencement exercises. This year, seniors presented their speeches and the top 2 were selected. Our first senior speaker is Cassidy Kessel. Cassidy's parents are Julie and Craig Kessel. Cassidy graduated midterm and spent the spring semester at Indiana University in Bloomington, Indiana. Cassidy ran cross country for 4 years, track and field for 2, was a member of the NCC All-Academic Team in cross country, and was a National Honor Society member. Cassidy will return to Bloomington in the fall and continue with a major in psychology. Ladies and gentlemen, Cassidy Kessel.
Freshman year, we were all blank canvases, eager to take full advantage of our newfound power to choose the colors we would paint ourselves with. Now, I can't speak for all of you, but the person I was when I walked in these doors 4 years ago was a completely different person than the one that will leave them today. Most of us recall most of our first days spent here frantically rushing around, trying to find where we belonged in this brand new place. We were so optimistic. Maybe it was the transition from the rowdy middle school crowd to the lively high school student section under the Friday night lights, or the thought of learning a whole new language as an elective instead of suffering through another health course. Whatever it was, it excited us enough to keep us coming. Sophomore year, we finally gotten the hang of things, and our canvases were looking more complete, though we had a long way to go. Things are a little less awkward because you found your place. We've learned so much since last year. Like spraying excessive amounts of Axe all over your body is not, in fact, an adequate substitute for showering. Life seems stable. This is when you take the time to look around and you realize high school's a time warp. All those days you've spent counting down are starting to add up, and the next thing you know, it's the summer of 2015, and you're on your way to being a big, bad upperclassman. Finally, junior year, the time has come. We're at the top of the food chain, and our masterpieces are looking clearer than ever. But along with it came some responsibility. We rushed through what seemed like a million standardized tests while juggling sports, extracurriculars, and friends. Coaches relied on you more, and the underclassmen were watching your every move, trying to follow your example. It seemed like senior year would never come, but once it did, the atmosphere changed. Our last first day was far less neat and scary than freshman year, but instead exciting, yet sad all at once. You're adding your final touches, and the picture you've painted seems to be complete. We'd been determined to leave our mark behind, and now was our final year to do it. Something about being forgotten was unsettling. But I've always thought it's what you take with you that's most important, not what you leave behind. This may be the very last time we all sit together as a class, but the memories we made in these very halls will live on for an eternity. It isn't the long nights spent studying for your math test or the A you earned on your English final that you remember years from now. It's the unforgettable feeling of anticipation of who would win the spirit stick at the pep rally. The senior pranks gone wrong. The moments spent in the laughter-filled lunchroom, and the unbreakable bonds made between friends. These are the moments we will never forget. My time here taught me that it is and always will be okay to be yourself. I learned that being different is not something to be ashamed of, but something to be celebrated and commended. I was taught that you never truly know what someone is going through, and a few kind words can go a long way. I learned that family extends to more than just DNA. We will carry the bonds we made in these 4 years with us for a lifetime. And most importantly, I learned to stop, look around, and enjoy the little things in life. Time is a tricky thing. It slips away without warning. One day you're playing tag on the playground at recess, and the next you're lined up in the berry bowl in a cap and gown. As the infamous Ferris Bueller once said, life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it. We've been taught, prepared, and preached to since the moment we entered the halls of Logansport High School that the goal is to leave this place and achieve success. But what is success? To many, success is measured by visible things. But I've always seen success in a different way. To me, success is something many strive for, but very few ever achieve. It's how you treat a passing stranger and how you impact the world around you. All our lives, we've been asked what we want to do when we grow up. Some of us might not know where we're going after today, but I'm here to tell you that that's okay. It's okay to not know, and it's okay to make mistakes. Our mistakes are what make us who we are, and it's how we learn from them that determines who we will be. The reality is, the canvases that we thought were perfect are far from complete. It took me into my senior year of high school to realize what I truly wanted to do. No matter where life takes me, I want to go to sleep every night knowing I made the world around me a little bit better of a place than it was when I woke up. So now, as an 18-year-old high school graduate, when people ask me what I want to do when I grow up, I simply say I want to change the world. So today, as this chapter of our lives comes to an end and a new one begins, I challenge all of you to do the same. Follow your dreams, be unique, and help those around you and make a difference. Thank you.
Our next senior speaker is Abigail Newton. Abigail's parents are Cassandra Rose and John Thomas Newton. Abigail has been involved in the band program for 4 years, All District Honor Band for 2 years, All Region Honor Band for 1 year, and Ball State Honor Band for 1 year. Abigail has also participated in various clubs, such as Fellowship of Christian Athletes, Sources of Strength, and the Art Club. Abigail was inducted into the Century Career Center Honor Society this past year and plans on attending Indiana University Kokomo to major in education. Ladies and gentlemen, Abigail Newton.
Hello and good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank you all for being here today. There are a lot of things that connect us in this intricate web of a mess that we call life. One section of that web is the arts. Music, art, photography, writing, poetry, theater, dancing, singing. We share them all. Every one of us has our own genre, sure, but we all have our haven somewhere within this section of the web. I enjoy playing musical instruments, listening to music, drawing, painting, and singing. However, drawing and occasionally painting, those are my most visited havens. You see, life is an art gallery, a large building or room with beautiful hardwood floors and white walls with weird lighting that never seems just right. But none of that matters. The gallery itself is not what holds any value, but it is the works displayed within it. Every new chapter of our life, every new section of the web we spin, is another canvas, a new work of art. Each new piece displayed in our gallery tells a story. Elementary school, childhood memories, middle school, growing up, high school, every activity we participate in, every accomplishment that we achieve, every mountain and valley inside of each and every one of those things, every new person we meet, and every fresh canvas we have yet to paint in our upcoming endeavors. They all make our gallery what it is. Sometimes it takes us a while to understand what we like and where we want to go in this life, so we fill up a few extra canvases full of experimental technique, funky colors, and interesting qualities along the way. Those canvases are stepping stones and should be proudly displayed in our gallery as well. I spent a great deal of my time while here at LHS involved and completely engrossed in the arts in some way, even if it wasn't through school and I was off doing artsy things on my own, because that's what I'm good at and that's what I enjoy. I'm not an advanced placement kid with the mentality to match. I am obviously not an athlete, nor a popular kid by any means, and that's okay, because those are not my things. Math and science were never my strong suits in school. However, I always did well in English, art class, and music because those were things I valued and actually wanted to learn. In order to know that, though, you have to try new things. Being involved while here at school filled a lot of canvases in the best possible way. I participated in many things, every band thing that there was, different clubs, other clubs like Fellowship of Christian Athletes, Student Association for the Environment, Sources of Strength, book club, on and off when the mood struck me. But every single one of those things filled canvases and prepared me to stand before you today. Each activity and every single thing you fill your 4 years with here are so incredibly important. Every new piece has its own tone. Freshman year, for me anyways, there was a lot of charcoal pieces demonstrating darker days filled with uncertainty and a whole lot of angst. Very monochromatic and straight-laced, lots of straight edge work and seemingly boring-looking lines. Sophomore year was a stressful one. There was a lot of red, yellow, and warm tertiary colors with harsh black backgrounds on the canvas of my life that year. So much standardized testing and just being in that weird middle ground. Not an upperclassman yet, but no longer being harassed for being a despised freshman. Just an odd junction to travel through. A tone spoken by the canvas was, "It is never going to end." Junior year was probably the best year of my high school career, and I've heard many classmates say the same. It was the least stressful. There was the least amount of testing, there were not a gazillion scholarships to apply for, and everything was fairly smooth. We all had our friend groups and pretty much knew our place. There were many cool colors that year, chill vibes, squiggly lines, fun yet simple patterns, a mural of hope that screamed, "We're gonna make it." And all of that was in preparation for this year, for today. Senior year had every emotion, shape, and color imaginable. There was stress, happiness, a chronic case of early onset senioritis, weird morose moments of this is the last whatever it is you're doing, excitement to be done with high school, fear for what's on the next canvas, and so many things in between. An original abstract piece with every color of the rainbow and then some, that's for sure. Today, every one of us are standing in the art gallery of our lives. We are examining each mural of our past that we have created in each of our 4 years spent here at Logansport High School. Some of my classmates came in today with the strange reality that this is the last time that we are all going to be sitting in the same room. However, as the painter of my time here at LHS, I know that each and every one of us are ready to depart from here today and start on the next painting. To the class of 2018, I say that we are one magnificent mural. We've been gathered together for the final time to be complementary to each other in our mural's mutual color scheme, but we don't need each other. We leave here today, and the paintbrush lies in each and every one of our hands. It's up to us now, and we've got this. It's been a beautifully blotchy and magnificently messy 4 years. I hope that we all go out and continue creating a magnificent gallery. Thank you all for the mural that we've painted together, class of 2018.
The class of 2018 has surpassed academic challenges, and many have achieved their goals. Students have excelled in classrooms, academic competitions, and athletics. They have met the requirements of the Academic Honors Diploma, Core 40, and a few have met the requirements for the Technical Honors Diploma. Students have excelled on the PSAT, SAT, and ACT tests. Congratulations to Kevin Lynn for earning AP Scholar recognition. To earn this recognition, a student must receive scores of 3 or higher on 3 or more AP exams. I would also like to recognize Matthew Callisto as an AP Scholar with distinction. To earn this distinction, students must receive an average score of 3.25 on all AP exams taken and must earn a 3 or higher on all exams. Will Kevin and Matthew please stand and be recognized? Many students have earned numerous dual credits while in high school. Some will begin their college career as a sophomore because of their ability to take and earn these credits. If you have taken dual credit courses in the high school or at the Career Center, please stand and be recognized. Furthermore, the class of 2018 was our first class that was eligible to earn the statewide transfer General Education Core 30. Through our partnership with Ivy Tech, there were 19 students who earned this certification. Would those 19 students please stand and be recognized? For the next group of students, please stand as I call your name, and please hold your applause until the end. Commencement speakers again, chosen by the English department based on their speech, were Cassidy Kessel and Abigail Newton. The Leela Stevens Citizenship Awards, narrowed down by the faculty and ultimately chosen by the seniors, were Kathy Fomicott and Poom Kai. And the top athletic awards, the Sue Jones Award, Olivia Pearson, the John Price Award, Bryce Moeller, and the Jacob Graff Mental Attitude Award, Natalie Minks. The Pillar of the Community program was held earlier this month. The top 10 students recognized a community member who had a profound influence on their lives. Will the top 10 seniors please rise and be recognized? Every year, the Cass County Community Foundation chooses 6 seniors to vie for the coveted Lilly Endowment Scholarship. Students from LHS who vied for the Lilly Scholarship were Mackenzie Long and Matthew Callisto. Matthew earned a $12,500 scholarship, and Mackenzie received a $5,000 scholarship for being a finalist. Please stand and be recognized. Seniors were recognized at the annual scholarship night, receiving many local, state, and national scholarships ranging from $200 to $12,500. The grand total of all local scholarships presented at the Senior Awards Night were approximately $220,000. If you were awarded scholarships at Senior Night, please stand and be recognized. Additionally, Renewable college grants and scholarships assist our students every year. Several LH students have received very generous scholarships from their colleges. Those of you receiving grants and scholarships through your selected college, please stand and be recognized. LHS also has student athletes who plan to continue their sport in college and have received partial or full ride scholarships. Would our LHS student athletes please stand and be recognized? Last year, Logansport High School initiated the Governor's Work Ethic Certificate Program in collaboration with the Department of Workforce Development, which partners education and business. The Work Ethic Certificate signifies graduating students who have met requirements including attendance, community service, and the 5 qualities that truly define the work ethic program: persistence, respectfulness, initiative, dependability, and efficiency. Those students earning the Work Ethic Certificate will qualify for various employee incentives with participating businesses, which may include automatic interviews, signing bonuses, tuition reimbursement, and an increase in vacation days. Those students who have earned the Governor's Work Ethic Certificate, as signified by their work ethic stole, please stand and be recognized. The Indiana Certificate of Multilingual Proficiency is an award given by Logansport Community School Corporation and the Indiana Department of Education, designating on a student's transcript that the student has achieved a high level of language attainment sufficient for meaningful use in college and careers. Students earn this certificate by taking a language proficiency exam in the 4 domains of reading, writing, listening, and speaking. This year, LHS is awarding 13 certificates for multilingual proficiency, 3 of which are our seniors: Will, Alicia Sandoval, Freddie Santamaria, and Joanna Lopez. Please stand and be recognized for your mastery level of Spanish and English. Several students will be entering the armed forces. Please hold your applause until all names have been called. Marines, Kyle Army. Army, Glenn Zawadski. National Guards, Sarah Dianosinez, Miles McDonald, Priscilla Ramirez, Sophia Garcia, Dylan Hooker, John DeForge, Stephanie Diaz, Clarissa Luna, Skylar Coldiron. We are proud of your service to the United States of America and maintaining our freedom. It is now time for us to say goodbye to the class of 2018, and it is time for you to take your place in the world, addressing the huge societal and international issues that face us all. We expect to learn about your great accomplishments in the future. Who knows? Perhaps there is even a future Hall of Distinction award winner sitting amongst us now. This will be the final time you as a class will sit together. Enjoy the moment, as time and unknown decisions will change your future plans and dreams forever. LHS has brought you to this point. The future of this world lies with you. This senior class has completed 4 years with a Logan Berry style of your own. Congratulations, class of 2018.
Over the 4 years for the class of 2018, they've displayed determination, dedication to excellence, school spirit, and a love for their high school. Students, I thank you for modeling our words within our seal of loyalty, honor, and service. I am proud to have gotten to know you and serve as your principal. Wherever you go, whatever you do, you will always be a Logan Sport Berry. As a result of hard work and commitment to this high school, members of the School Board of Trustees, Superintendent Starkey, members of the faculty, honored guests, and parents, it is with pride and a great deal of admiration that I declare this student body, everyone gathered on the floor, has fulfilled all requirements for high school graduation in the state of Indiana. Ladies and gentlemen, let's salute them, the graduating class of 2018. Now the presentation of the diplomas. The class requests you hold your applause until the end. We want everyone to hear the next graduate's name read.
And then just step down when it's yours.
Abby, she's the only one? Okay. Yeah, she's got it. Should we bring them back in?
JD, dude, ready?
Yep.
Okay. Mackenzie Aaron Long.
Madeline Elaine Russo.
Matthew David Callisto.
Kathy Ohm Fomacat.
Jose Eduardo Ortiz.
McKenna Lynn Aki.
Gerardo Jr. Ariano.
Hannah Jane Allen.
Gary David Army.
Cora Johanna Bricknell.
Kyle Robert Scott Army.
Jenna Ruthann Cole.
James Jerome Babcock.
Grace Abigail Davis.
Benjamin Thomas Baker.
Maya K. Antoinette DeWitt.
Elijah Daniel Bowen.
Lexi Carol Goodnight.
Gregory Dante Darden.
Cheyenne Nicole Hoover.
Alexander Michael Ladon.
Kathleen Rochelle Hunt.
Lance Joseph Starkey.
Emily Joe Justice.
Junior Baltazar Miguel.
Nicholas Paul Michael Barr.
Ashley Alexia Alvarado Rosales.
Anthony Emilio Barrientos.
Alexis Bryn Ayers.
Gage Lee Benish.
Bailey Marie Bear.
Deshaun Tavon Berry.
Wendy Pasquale Baltazar.
Dylan Robert Bonebreak.
Katarina Bartolo Miguel.
Isaac Leon Bookwalter.
Megan Rianne Ben.
Joseph Emery Brooke Timmons.
Emily Michelle Berkshire.
Eduardo Narciso Bueno.
Bethany Ann Bullock.
Trevor Michael Campbell.
Priscilla Consuelo Carbajal.
William Josue Cardona.
Elijah Jane Cervantes Lowe.
Ashley Rose Chavola.
Sayer Casimiro.
Olivia Ann Click.
Mitchell Lane Scioto.
Skylar Renee Coldiron.
Brantlin Dane Collins.
Ashley Victoria Conrad.
Isaac Ray Cologne.
Kelsey Renee Conrad.
Bryce Allen Conrad.
Natasha Marie Corcoran.
Cody Michael Robert Chrissinger.
Daniela Cortez.
Elijah Jeremiah Malachi Crow.
Zoe Renee Joanne Costello.
Hanaro Omar Cruz.
Isabel Jonice Crane.
John William DeForge.
Sarah Elizabeth Dianocenis.
Lane Austin Denny.
Tyler Joseph Dexter.
Grace M. Densborn. Madeline Nicole Dexter.
Caleb Mitchell Eldridge.
Stephanie Diaz.
Benjamin Alexander Elkins.
Aridania Lisbeth Diaz Amaro.
Zachary Eugene Emery.
Irene Diego Hernandez.
Chase Donald Fisher.
Judith Ann Doran.
Dylan Matthew Franklin.
Kayla Elizabeth Edmondson.
Milton Elazar Garcia Garcia.
Jordan Nicole Elliott.
Giovanni Garcia.
Mariana Alexandra Escobedo.
Glenn James Zawatsky.
Abby Lee Iman.
Emily Lynn Fisher.
Dustin Raul Gonzalez.
Maria Conchita Francisco.
Brady Michael Grable.
Kaylee Brianne Fry.
Kyle David Graves.
Krista Lee Fry.
Colin David Hall.
Sophia Gabriela Garcia.
Bryce Andrew Hamilton.
Vanessa Lucero Garcia.
Jordan Christopher Harmon.
Lizette Garcia.
Colton Michael Harper.
Angelica Garcia Gijosa.
Braxton James Allen Hayes.
Jackie Michelle Gutierrez.
Cody Robert Heckard.
Alyssa Mackenzie Hamilton.
Darren Jacob Henry.
Giovanni Hernandez.
Salem Ann Nicole Hannawalt.
Riley Jacob Hirschberger.
Jessica Lynn Haskew.
Kai Andrew Christian Holcomb.
Oxidi Anai Hernandez Solorzano.
Dylan Matthew Hooker.
Lorena Hernandez.
Ethan Jeffrey Hostetler.
Daisy Yesenia Hernandez Antonio.
Carson Daniel James.
Jessica Hernandez Cadillo.
Bartolome Martin Jose.
Joanna Carolina Hernandez Medina. Cassie Jean Heaster.
Mateo Juan.
Mackenzie Grace Holy.
Morgan Daniel Kelly.
Sierra Dawn Hoover.
Gretchen Elena Hunt.
Cassidy D. Kessel.
Miladies Ibarra Serrano.
Poomkai.
Wendy Hernandez Islas.
Dustin William Wilson.
Kirsten Renee Wolf.
Omar Lares.
McKenna Camille James.
Christopher Jean Lee.
Morgan Lee Cabot.
Leandro Leon Gonzalez.
Savannah Michelle Kingery.
Andy Lynn.
Olivia Jade Kinzer.
Jose Lopez Reyes.
Lily Moon Kochel.
Martin Lopez Reyes.
Amanda Maureen Lambert.
Adam William Lowry.
Emmanuel Bryant Loza.
Kiki Christina Lynn.
Raul Macias.
Sophia Rose Little.
Tomas Manuel Antonio.
Hannah Annika Lopez.
Bartolome Martin Baltazar.
Hennessy Elizabeth Lopez.
Blake Thomas Martin.
Joanna Lopez Aguilera.
Sergio Miguel Martinez.
Carla Daniela Lopez Sotelo.
Jess James McCarty.
Clarissa Juanita Luna.
Miles Riley McDonald.
Juana Marcos Baltazar.
Bryce Aaron Michael.
Yensi Sarai Martinez.
Austin Joseph Miller.
Haley Marie Starr Mayhill.
Emily Nicole McCraw.
Brandon Lee Moore.
Haley Lynette McGee.
Damian Lee Moss.
Jaden Marie McMinn.
Braxton Stephen Tveit Mucker.
Joanna Mesa Ruiz.
Edgar Omar Mulero Cabrera.
Natalie Deanne Minks.
Bryce Allen Moeller.
Rebecca Montalvo.
Isaiah Munoz Torres.
Stephanie Lizette Morales.
Jeffrey Michael Myers.
Kaylee Marie Morris.
Theodore Monroe Ness.
Erica Dawn Mullins.
Ashton Reese Newble McDonald.
Ashlyn Dawn Monday.
Nathan John Michael Pearson.
Mario Alberto Perez.
Joey Monet Meyer.
Keaton David Pine.
Abigail Rose Newton.
Jarrett Kyle Price. John Theodore Radersdorf.
Yara Asneth Ortiz.
Alexander Thomas Rance.
Danielle Renee Parkovich.
Weston Adam Record.
Daniela Isabel Pavone Yanez.
Ryan James Repass.
Olivia Gabrielle Pearson.
Malachi Joseph Stephen Whiteley.
Alicia Polita Popovich.
Damon Lamont Rich.
Ashton Marie Powers.
Braden Philip Riley.
Priscilla Ramirez.
Savannah Lee Reynolds.
Ever Jose Rivera.
Chloe Joanne Reynolds.
Levi Randall Scott Robinson.
Billy Joe Wharf.
David Heriberto Rodas.
Kenya Abigail Rivera.
Joseph Anthony Rodriguez Cabizudo.
Sandra Elizabeth Rodriguez.
Bradley Allen Rowe.
Michaela Alexis Rogers.
Colton Alexander Rosie.
Stephanie Ruiz.
Brandon Ruiz.
Emily Rose Rupchuk.
Zachary Thomas Russell.
Skylar Nicole Russell.
Alexandro Jose Salas.
Alicia Guadalupe Sandoval Nunez.
Michael Anthony Salinas.
Alejandro Sanchez.
Jalen Christine Shear.
Carlos Alberto Santamaria Mahano.
Angelise Sanchez. Savannah Mae Willis.
Samuel Lee Schroeder.
Ashley Maria Serrano.
Dylan James Sharp. Charles Howard Sherman II.
Miranda Kaylee Shoemaker.
Jeremiah Robert Small.
Cassie Rose Stout.
Talon Michael Smith.
Alyssa Renee Tencher.
Bryce Allen Spencer.
Olivia Lee Torres. Sylvia Karina Takush Garcia.
Hima Edith Valdez Lopez.
Sean Douglas Stout.
Perry Brianne Walker.
Peyton Michael Thomas. Elizabeth Zagal Garcia.
Alejandro Federico Torres.
Miguel Angel Torres.
Manuel Alonso Tovar Martinez.
Jonathan George Scott Townsend.
Cesar Mahia Valdez.
Angel Rolando Vargas.
Jacob Allen Devon Vesey.
Logan Andrew Wheel.
Brendan William Wells.
Zachary J. White. Brandon Kripe.
Pedro Arnaldo Rigodonzo.
Katri Tulia Margarita Antilla.
Sophia Maria Frida Brandmuller.
Ariana Carta.
Elin Christina Suzanne Engelin.
Els Folkeringa. Paula Luck.
Darlene Laura Jane Newman.
Madeline Cecile Plunk.
Victoria Forlani Geraldo.
How about another round of applause for the class of 2018? I would like to give a big thank you to my assistant principals, Lindsay Haggerty and J.D. Dubes, on an excellent job of reading the students' names. Also, I'd like to recognize a few people behind the scenes. My secretary, Mrs. Diana Ross, who does much of the organization of commencement, custodians Sam Bowman and Brian Van Soos for making the Berry Bowl look great, and to the LCSE maintenance, technology, custodial, and the McHale staff. Please join me in giving them a round of applause. Along with the LHS band, seniors Hannah Allen and Kathleen Hunt will sing Logansport High School, Alma Mater.
Logansport High, to thee we pledge devotion. In every heart we'll build for thee a shrine. In class and hope, beyond the truth and glory, on field and floor shall victory be thine, until from ocean side to endless ocean, thy name alone in radiant splendor shine.
Will you please now join us and bow your head for the closing prayer? Gracious and loving God, we ask now for your almighty hand to be upon our graduates as they and their families celebrate this grand milestone. Bless their lives from this day on with goodness and success. Enable them to stay true to their dreams and to use their gifts wisely. Empower them to walk into the future with faith, hope, and great love. Amen.
Senior class of 2018, please rise. The tassel ritual is carried out at graduation ceremonies around the world and symbolizes the passing from one stage of life to the next. Logansport High School, graduates of 2018, it is a great honor for me to lead you through the tassel ritual. The tassel ritual designates the exact moment of graduation. Therefore, at this time, please move your tassel from the right side of your cap to the left side of your cap so that it ends over your heart. God bless the class of 2018.
Graduates, please remain standing. It is my pleasure to present to you the 147th graduating class of Logansport High School. Graduates, please turn and face your parents and friends to your right. To your right again. To your right again. And back to the front. Family and friends, please remain in your seats until all graduates have exited the floor. Congratulations, class of 2018.